Welcome back. Today's topic is about vulnerability management. What is vulnerability management? It is a process that identifies, classifies, prioritizes, remediates, and mitigates vulnerabilities in systems and applications. Vulnerability management is an umbrella under which we have vulnerability assessment. We have so many tools that can conduct vulnerability assessment. Tools like Qualys, Nexus, ware, Bob Suite, and many others. Today, I will be downloading and installing Nessus Essentials. I will also use this in scanning my VMware. I have my VMware already set up. Inside my VMware, I have Windows Server 2019 already installed. I'm going to download Nessus from Nessus website. I will skip the ads and go to the next and go to tenable.com. I need to register to get an activation code before I can download Nessus Essentials. So I'm going to do that in a minute. I will go to my email address to copy the activation code. Proceed to download. Download Nessus. But to complete your installation, you need the activation code. So I'm going to double check if I have the correct platform. This version of Nessus is the recent one released in December last year. So it's the most recent one. So I'm going to double check if this goes along with my system spec. I have Windows Server 2012, Server 2016, Windows 10. My bare metal is Windows 10. So I will go ahead and download. So I'm just going to resume the After download, I'm going to install Tenable Nessus. I'm going to click on Run. Next. You need to accept the license agreement. Next. I'm not going to change this default location, so I'm going to click on next. Install. You want to allow this app to make changes? Yes. Then you click on finish. So this is the web application of Nessus, which we downloaded. Okay, so because it's insecure, it's being blocked by Chrome automatically. So I'm going to allow this unsecure connection to run on advanced. And then proceed. Continue. I'm going to click on register for Nessus Essentials. Continue. I'm going to skip this stage because I have already registered and I have the activation code already. So skip, and I'll just copy and paste the activation code. So after the activation code has been pasted, this is the next stage. You have to set it up by putting your username and password. Please put something that you remember. I like to use my nickname and then password which I can remember. Submit. So this will take a while to download the plugins. I'll be back in a few. Okay, Nessus Essentials is up and running. A lot of these modern vulnerability scanners, they have automated scanning. They discover vulnerabilities and even classify vulnerabilities based on severity. You will see all these as we go on with this video. You can also set it to do a scheduled scanning. And based on the results, you it generates report. And you can also integrate scanning tools with other tools such as SIM and other tools. So these vulnerability scanning tools, they help a great deal in reducing vulnerabilities. So let's take a look at the components of Nessus Essentials. I have my scans. It's empty because we have not created any scan. Okay, so I will go to new scan, create a new scan. So I can't do anything for now. I need to wait a bit more for the plugins to be completely compiled. Right now, I'm going to create a new scan. I would like to run a basic network scan against my VM IP address. Here, I will put the name. I can name it anything I want. So I will just write Windows 10 VM, and in description, I will leave it blank. For target, that will be my VM IP address. So I will go to my VM. Just minimize this. Um, I'm going to get the IP address of my VM. I'll come to search button, CMD, the IP config. Okay, so I'll take the IPv4 address of this VM, 192.168.115.129. Save. So let me try and run the vulnerability scan. It will take a while. If I want to see the progress, I'll double click on, on the machine. You see the status is running. To go back, click on back to my scans. The scan is still at 0%, so I'll come back and check. When adding a new scan, and you choose basic network scan, here we have the settings tab, the credentials and plugins. For settings tab, you put the name of any random name, then the target is the IP address or addresses of the system you intend to scan. You can have a schedule scan, and then you can put the frequency, the start time and date, and the other details. But I don't need that. You can also input the notification, the email recipient that will receive notification about this scan, like a report. So if you want to do credential scanning, you go to Credentials tab. For Windows machine, you click on Windows and you input the credentials of the machine you intend to scan. For example, if I want to do credential scanning for my VM, I will put the name and password. Credential scanning gives more visibility. It scans deeply for decrypted software. It scans insecure services that are running. It tends to find more visibility than non-credential scanning. It's take a look at the file system. It inspects the common open ports and registry and so many other things. And it gives a more robust result for the scan. But I'm not doing this right now. So let's go back to the scan which I began the other time. my scans, and I double click this. There are no vulnerabilities. We have only info. This is giving just the information I need to know about some things on my VM. So I want to do something so as to get me more results. I'll go to my VM. I'll try and ping my VM for my local host. CMD. Ping IP config once again, because I still need the IPv4. So I would like to ping the IP of my VM 192.168.115.129, and I'll put T. Okay, let me do that again. Ping 192.168.115.129. T. Yes, it didn't work because there was no space here. So this is showing request timed out. It means I'm unable to reach this IP address. So what I will do is I will disable the firewall on VM. I'll search for WF MSC. This will bring me to these settings. I'll go to Windows Defender, yes, and then to Windows Defender Firewall Properties. I'm going to turn off the firewall state of the first three tabs. Off, switch off, switch off. Then I'll click OK. I should get a notification that the firewall has been disabled. So let's see the result of the thing. Yeah, so by now, I have the result for this pin. So I'll just control I'll just Control C to stop this ping. Okay, so now that I can successfully ping the VM IP address, then I'll run this scan once again. Go back to my scans. Since since I intend to run the same scan on this VM, so I'll just click on launch. Go back